I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. Nighttime driving is probably one of the most dangerous things that I've seen commonly for all my drivers, whether you're teens or adults or an older person learning how to drive. We're going to take you through the process, talk about some of the common hazards, dangers, and how you can safeguard yourself from crashing. The first thing I need you to notice is the windshield. You must keep your windshield super clean. That is one of the most important things that I see in this profession. If your windshield is dirty, then you won't be able to see as much. You're going to have a lot of glare. Next, headlights. If you have older headlights, your car is 7, 5, 12 years old, you need to replace your headlights. I'm doing really well. Drove about 10 hours a day, Jay. Jay, thank you for caring. And Jay, this would be good for you. I'm talking about night drive awareness. So we're kind of in a suburban downtown metro area. There's a lot of glare. And as you can tell from the video, you have these beautiful Christmas lights. There's an ice arena across the street. But we're coming up to a roundabout. It is very deadly. I had a client almost crash up here minutes ago. If I didn't hit the brake and turn the wheel, we would have crashed. So I'm to the right. I need you to turn on my right turn signal and yield. Roundabouts are very treacherous and nerve-wracking, but they don't have to be like that. I'm turning into the nearest lane, and then I turn out. I do see some messages there. So look, when you have all these lights, and what I'm going to do is turn around here again. I really want you guys to see this. I'm going to turn around and drive through all these lights again and let you really get a sense of what I am seeing. Okay, I'm going to come up and stop. And you're going to see all these lights. This is a outdoor ice arena to my right. But I want you to take a moment. It's really beautiful right now, right? It's beautiful. If it's beautiful, give it a thumbs up. But this is very overwhelming for any driver because you have all these lights, all this stimuli, and this will overwhelm you. So what I'm trying to tell you is you got to be really careful. So we're going to go in and yield. We have to yield, and then we check traffic, and then I accelerate through gently. Now, I'm going to go through a different way. If you're not paying attention, this lane will end. Either you have to go left, so we need to get over to the right. Okay? You want to make sure you have really good headlights. I'm not sponsored by Sylvania Silver Star, but that's a good brand name. You want to get good headlights that shine much more brightly, but not enough to blind other drivers. We're going to have to make a left turn at this light. So you want to turn your left turn blinker just before the broken yellow line. You should be able to see that I'm in. And I'm going to pretend you guys are with me. I'm going to pause. Thank you for that. And I'm going to wait. I'm deliberately slowing down because all of you would hesitate. And we're going to wait till all the traffic goes by or a green turning arrow. We want to go up to the middle. And we're going to make that left turn. Look where you want to go. Literally, you're turning into darkness. Now, this camera will show you the highs and the lows, but when you're driving, our eyes look at things differently. It's called visual acuity, how clearly you can see things. This windshield out of 10 is about an 8. It's a little dirty on the outside. We have some reflection kicking back. You'll probably be able to see that. If I had a lens filter on this camera, it would be much cleaner. But that's some of the reflection that you get back when you're night driving. And this can fatigue your eyes. At the light, we're going to make a right. So a lot of you would just get over to the right and literally go off the road. So I'm going to narrate and show you when. Now we see the line, we turn on our blinker. And I want you to get all the way to the inside. And it's green, we got to go in slow. And then we're going to make our turn and stay in the nearest lane. And literally all of you should be listening to this. This is a real life driver's education lesson for adults and teens. So the speed limit here is 45, but it changes to 70. So I'm at about 45 now. And a lot of you will be looking down the pedometer because you're not secure enough to look ahead yet, and that's what beginners do. So I'm at about 60 right now. So this is what a lot of you would be doing. You would be going 10 under the limit. You wouldn't be sure, and then you will be drifting to the right. I'm going to show you. See me drifting? Or you'd be drifting to the left. And those first few night drives are very overwhelming. So you really need a good instructor like me, who's going to be patient, who's going to explain things to you, show you things, not humiliate you, not belittle you, because you won't learn this way. A lot of you will drift to the left, so I'm going to drift to the left a little bit because you don't have lane positioning. So this is what beginner drivers do. See me on the line? And then I would say, hey, you are looking the wrong way. Sorry, the camera fell. And I'll put that back up in a minute. So give me a second here. That kind of startled all of us. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pull over to the side so I can be safe. And that's what you're supposed to do if you have to attend to something. So I'm gonna stop us here. And this is a great teachable moment. I'm gonna turn on my four ways. So let's pretend we had an emergency, okay? So give me a second here. But I have to wait till it's clear. So this is another teachable moment. Let's pretend I had a flat tire, the motor shut off, something happened. My four ways are on. I have to wait until traffic goes by. I want you to hear this. Those cars are doing 70, 80. Okay, now it's clear. I can put it in drive, and I'm gonna start building up speed. That was the speed bump. Okay, so I'm back up to speed. So when you're driving, if something critical happens, you got to pull over to the side of the road. And you saw me do that. And then I have to get off of this exit up here. You can see the glare. And for beginners, it's just so hard to see, so hard to focus on, and it really takes some time. Okay? Turn on my right turn signal, and then this is where beginners really lose focus. Some beginners going too fast, and then I have to turn the wheel to keep us from going into the ditch to the left. Some go too slow. We have to speed up so we don't get cars. Some kids drift, and adults drift all the way over to the guardrail. It's really scary. So in this case, this is a triple, you hear me, team? A triple right turn, okay? So I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna pretend you're driving with me. I'm gonna tell you we're gonna wait for our green, because making you turn right on red when there's crazy traffic to the left and you misjudge distance is a deadly mistake. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not gonna do that to myself. Every instructor is different. I tend to err on the side of caution, because I want us to have a good learning experience. And I want you all to feel like, hey, I'm really with him and he's explaining it to me. And that's the value that I want you to feel when I'm doing this, okay? So my right turn signal's on. I'm just waiting for the green. I'm not gonna turn on red. I could, but I'm not going to. And if people honk, too bad, don't care. Okay, that car nearly ran the light. Then I have a green, I'm gonna go right into the first lane. It's not a race. You can see all these cars flying. Why? No reason at all. See the car cut me off? That's us. Why are they doing that? For no reason at all. And you can see all this glare. So this is what you're going to see as a beginning driver. This is what you're going to see if you wear glasses. And Jay, you might see something like this because of your vision issue. But we're not scared. All this crazy glare is what you see. Now, granted, this phone, this lens may need a filter, but I'm not going to filter it out because our eyes don't have filters. But now it's clear again because there's less glare. And that's what fatigues you. That's what causes lack of depth perception. And then I'm lifting my foot because a lot of you will look at the car to the right and be scared. A lot of you will stop too late, stop too early. You haven't learned to stop at the right time because your depth perception, and Jay, particularly for you, I'm just going by my experience. I don't know how many times you've actually driven, but the large majority of beginning drivers stop really late. Like this is a late stop. See how close I'm getting? Okay. I'm going to gradually pick back up. So this glare is the next deadly issue that will cause challenges in night driving. And I think what you're seeing is very representative of your first time driving. This windshield is pretty clean. Again, it's about 8.5 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. It's not perfect. No windshield is super clean unless you are, really a fanatic about keeping a clean windshield. But I know from experience, if our windshield wipers aren't good, we don't have windshield washer solvent, it will be a bad experience for my beginning drivers. Or my driver on his third, fourth, or fifth drive. It really doesn't matter because you don't, and I'm seeing all of you in general who are watching this, you don't have enough experience to really differentiate shadows from light. It's hard for you to see the edge of the curb. It's hard for you to really distinguish lights. Where me, I'm keeping space, and a lot of my beginning drivers were really tailgating and really had too much speed going into the turns because that's what beginning drivers do. They go too fast. They go too slow. Like you're going to see this Christmas tree. Hello, Jay. I remember you mentioning the video. I'll look at the video again and give you some feedback. What I saw is your instructor was telling you, don't be scared to push the gas. And then you were kind of hesitant. And all drivers are hesitant. You have to really, again, Jay, I wish I was down there teaching you and training you. But I think from you seeing me drive people, talk about night driving, talk about rush hour driving, talk about driving situations, this is really giving you a good perspective of what you could face. Now, you live in a more rural area. I would have to try to find a rural area to drive in. There's very little light. I know that. Dirt roads are very dangerous. We put the car into the ditch several times. In fact, the company does not want us to drive on rural roads. They're very dangerous. And my students have put the car into the ditch 3 or 4 times. So my Achilles heel is driving on rural roads. This glare is pretty much representative of what you're going to see. Now, you see me using the wipers, but I put windshield washer solvent in. I think it's broken, and that's a bad sign. You want to see the rear of the tires on the ground. If you can't, and we get rear-ended, we'll be knocked in front and get rear-ended. Actually, a car from Texas had broke down on the road, and we had to drive around. So my student driver had to do multiple things. Driving is a multi-thinking task, and I need you to remember that. Also, some people have dry eyes. I tend to have dry eyes also because I've been driving since 9 this morning, teaching adults and teens how to drive. I do take a break in between. I did make a video of me going to Tim Hortons and just talking about driving in general, and I think that's helpful. It gives you guys a snapshot of my day, your day, and I think by me narrating and talking to you from a instructor perspective to help you. Like now, some of the dangers, I'm just backing off the gas. And you can really see those brake lights popping on. See that? Man, that is so good. And then I'm kind of coasting right now. Speed limit's 50, but we're all driving about 40. Now there's less glare right now. And the cars to the left are in a wolf pack, not like a wolf, oh, but all those cars to the left are bunched together. Don't do that. Either be ahead of the pack or behind the pack. I'm behind the pack right now. And if I continue to keep this device, I need some type of filter to go on here to kind of filter the light to really give you guys, but this glare, it's what you're going to see. Those stars, that's normal. That glare to the right, normal. I'm trying to keep distance. I'm at about 45. The speed limit's 50. So following distance must be increased to make it larger, not decreased. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. We're at 40. The speed limit's 50. I can't go 50 because the flow is moving 40. Oh my gosh. Okay, this thing keeps falling off. I'm gonna pretend it's another emergency. I'm gonna pull over to the right again. And I'm gonna pull over here on this street. I'm gonna pretend it's another emergency. And maybe this is another teachable moment, right? Because you need to learn from this how emergency situations do happen. So I'm gonna pull off the road to the side. I will be getting another suction cup. But what I'm gonna do is wipe this lens off. Right, I'm gonna wipe that off. And I'm gonna try to mount this again. Maybe it's time for a better device, right? Okay, so I kind of clean up the lens on the phone. I wipe the window down. So you see how clear it is? It's called visual acuity. That's what you should see. But this is not a true picture. When we're on the road, we have headlights, tail lights, blinkers, and our eye gets fatigued. I've been driving over 8 hours, teaching people how to drive. My eyes, every time we blink, there's moisture. So I do have dry eyes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull in this driveway and do a 3-point turnaround. If my phone falls down again, then we'll just pull over again. Okay, we'll treat it like an emergency situation. So I'm gonna pull in this driveway. All of you see this. And now I'm going to reverse. And I gotta look out my back window, not my mirror. And I'm turning the wheel to the right. Been driving for 12 hours. Where are you going? And then typically on holidays, a lot of you will be going to go see your aunt and uncle or family members, right? I'm at home base. I'm in the Midwest. So I'm on a major road. I have to turn right only. And a lot of my drivers will say, which way am I turning? All of you should see the one-way sign. And I'm looking and checking traffic. Oh, long haul trucker. Oh, what's up, James? You're down in Florida, right, James? I remember. Yes, right, James? I remember we all talked. James, you got to hit me up on Instagram. Driving_with Myles_. Reach out to me so we can talk. I think it's really important that we have that conversation. I remember you. And then your mother. Oh, no? No, okay, there was another person. Sorry about that. But still, long range trucker, I know you can share a lot. So we definitely need to talk. Okay, I'm trying it again. I'm back out. James, where do you drive? Okay. And truck driving is very different than teaching someone how to drive. You know, you're up in the air, you got to load, you got to watch your temperatures. So there's a lot going on here. I do watch a lot of truck driving videos of people who talk about their journey. Peterbilt 379. I'm a little familiar with the brands. Okay, so I'm in the right lane. Looks a little clear. I would have you guys in the right lane. I'm just taking my time. Now, you know it's Christmas break. What I could do, and I have to drive at 9 tomorrow morning. I could get up at like 7, do a half an hour video drive, and I think I might do that and really talk about that morning drive, and I think that would be good. So I'm just trying to maintain good speed, and a lot of you will panic when you see that car come out, right? And then they just pulled out in front of me, so I'm going to do what I would tell you, slow down. But they kind of put us in danger, so I'm going to get over from them, and that puts us in danger. So this could be an older driver, a driver who doesn't care, so we don't know. Looks like a younger driver. I'm better driving a semi-truck. Well, you're up higher, you can see a lot more. And I've been in a semi-truck a couple times. I've been from the Metro Detroit area to Buffalo, New York in a semi. We took the Detroit Tunnel in a semi-truck hauling steel coils, if I'm correct. It's been a long time ago. Okay? So I would have you guys drive in the middle lane like I am. And I would have you, the speed limit is 50. I would have you drive about 50 miles an hour. And then this, we want to practice squeezing brakes. Now, in a semi-truck, it's a whole different game. But for my students, if you can stop safely in 3 seconds, I'm going to have you stop. If you can't stop safely in 3 seconds, we have to make a decision. Like PS, long haul, trucker, running, Freightliner. Okay, Freightliner. Okay. I love model trucks. When I was younger, I used to put together model trucks. You know, we all love trucks. And truck drivers are very important for the United States of America. So my hat's off to you because of what you do to keep America going strong. My light's red. Feels like this car's getting ready to rear end me. I swear. Then I'm gradually going to pick up. You see all this glare. And then the light's yellow up there. So why are we racing to yellow lights and it's red? If we can cruise, we'll make most lights. They're on timers. One of these tires is out of balance. You can see the phone shaking. I noticed that. Because some students do hit potholes and hit curves with this car. And I'm going to squeeze my brakes. That car got rear-ended to the left. Their bumper's all junky. They got hit in the back. So again, you see all this light, and this is what it probably looks like if you're eyeglass wearer or dirty windshield. Ours is a little dirty. I'm in Tennessee and hauling my home state. Okay. Hey, how are you doing? Got a nice little community on tonight. I've been driving about 9 hours, and I decided to do a night driving video just to talk about some of the hazards and some of the challenges all of you will face. And I think just struggling with the vision. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm headed home to go to sleep, but I wanted to really show you my journey, and particularly at night. What if I had to drive another 8 hours? I would rest for a couple, get something to eat, hydrate, maybe put some eye drops in, get those eyes lubricated. I see a lot of people talking to me, kind of hard to see it, but you got to take care of yourself. And if I was driving at night, particularly like this, I'm not really tired, but my eyes are really fatigued right now. So I would try to get some rest for a couple of hours. Get some eye drops in. Now, in this particular state, we have to get over to the left because the some lights we can't make a left. So I'm going to get over. And this is called a J turn. This is a double left turn. I see some of you communicating. That's great, man. You know, what we all need to do is just, I can have another person on. I didn't set up the feature, so I'm pausing. And you see all the smeared lights again. So, James, what do you do to keep your windshield clean? Because, you got a lot of lights, a lot of bugs there. Do you use a special windshield washer solvent? I'm trying to go up to the edge, and I'm going to wait. Okay, it's clear. I'm going to go all the way over. Because we use this regular. In fact, I'm going to pull it here to the 7-Eleven, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I have a squeegee and I can clean these windows to see if it really makes a difference. But in the wintertime, they don't put washer solvent in here. Oh, God. James Johnson, no one's filming. Okay, they don't put washer solvent in here. I don't see one here. It's gone. I see one over there. A lot of times people steal these squeegees out of here. So let's pretend I was driving for 8 hours, 10 hours. I would go to this area where I'm safe. Really, I would go to a Walmart. But I would find an area that's well lit. I'm going to park and chill. I don't want people coming up to me trying to jack me, rob me, because random people will come up to you. Okay, I'm watching this car. Okay, I'm going to go around. But if we were getting fuel here, we would come over, clean our windows. In fact, I'm going to try to get a squeegee and clean these windows for you and show you how it looks. Okay, there's one here. So I'm going to pretend I'm getting fuel, and I'm going to go outside and clean the window. I'm showing you real life what you need to be doing. So I already see a difference. I just went outside to clean those windows. Oh, it looks so good, right? And then I will wipe off the inside just like I'm doing now. Get all that glare off. I know you guys can see a really incredible difference in that windshield, right? So that's what you need to do. So James, what do you do? Are you using a special windshield washer solvent? But that's why it's so important that you clean the windows, right? There's less glare, and I'm just trying to really clean it off real good. But this is what you got to do. And you got to do that maintenance, man. So my windshield is a lot clearer. So let's pretend I was chilling here for about a half an hour. I got to drive another 6 hours, 8 hours. So I make sure my fuel is good. I'm at a half a tank. In this case, put on my seatbelt. Well, it does look good. Your windshield's 2 glass pieces, okay. Y'all talking about a lot. Okay, so I cleaned the windshield off. So now I feel a lot more secure, right? The windshield is clean. Let's pretend I rested for 3 hours. I'm gonna walk around a few minutes, make sure I'm awake, double check the truck, double check the car, make sure my oil is good. Yes, it does look much better, right? So now I can see. And this reminds me, one time I went to Wisconsin, I was in a large 3/4 ton van. The windshield washer pump was broken. Every 10 minutes I had to pull over, and it was a terrible experience, but that made me a better driver. Okay, so let's pretend I've been here a few hours, I'm good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start driving. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start driving. Okay. And then now I'm gonna get out of this area, and there's gonna be less glare. Man, that looks so clean. My windshield was so dirty, right? So now I'm gonna get back on the road. So pretend I've been resting, I'm looking, gotta make that right turn. Okay, it's still clean, but I still got that crazy glare. I'm gonna pull over again. I'm gonna try to wipe this off. I have a problem I don't wear. Well, you gotta wear your seatbelt. Oh! I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off. Give me a second here. I'm gonna see if this really makes a difference. Okay. I guess it's time for a new suction cup, guys. Okay. Hang on. But this is another teachable moment. Let's pretend I had another emergency. And I do. My phone holder's not working right. You feel me? So sometimes you have emergencies like this. Nothing goes right. And then you're like, man, I got another 200 miles to go. What am I going to do? You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, man. You can't let something get in your way. It could be electrical issue, which I've had before. Could be tires, which I've had before. So this is a real life moment. And I want you to apply it to any situation you have. You know, maybe your vehicle's overheating. Maybe, you know, you're sick to your stomach and you keep having to puke. I've been there too. Okay, let's try to get this thing in. Okay, so let's pretend whatever it is, electrical issue, tire, you're sick, your trailer lights aren't working right. I've had those before because I have an 18-foot open trailer. Okay, so let's pretend we're back on the road. Let's hopefully say we fixed the problem. Turn on my blinker, I'll pull off from the side of the road, and I'm gonna start driving again. And we still got that glare issue. Maybe it's time for me to I'm gonna pull over again. Put it in park, turn on 4-ways. I'm gonna try a different area. Maybe the windshield's too cold. Could be. Okay. And then use this as an experience, you know. All right, this may fall again. If it falls, it just falls. All right, let's try it again. And this will probably be a really good video. But this is real life. It could be whatever you make it, okay? So we're driving, we clean off the windows, it's a lot clearer. The issue could be a trailer. I've had a trailer tire blow up a couple of times. I had a vehicle overheat. The alternator didn't work. Whatever emergency situation you could say I've had. But you gotta stay focused on your target to get to your destination, you feel me? So, because you can't call on mom and dad. You can, if you're out in Kentucky or Kansas or Ohio or St. Louis, Missouri, bruh. I'm gonna pull over again. Okay, I'm gonna pull over again. Now treat this as whatever. The window's cold. That's why it keeps falling. So I'm gonna put some heat on this window a moment. I'm turning my 4-ways because I've had cars overheat, not put out. You just have to be ready. Whatever situation happens. And I think because this glass is cold, this is not sticking, but we'll deal with it. You can't let a situation like this hold you back. Call it a night, go home safely, and sleep soon. Yeah, I'm trying to. But I'm using this as a real life situation. Got a little heat on here. If not, I'll just end it. All right, so let's pretend it's just a real life situation. You got to get home. Okay. Guys and ladies, I'm going to let you go. It's a real life situation. I'm almost home. Let's use this as real life, and we'll all talk more tomorrow. I love you and appreciate you. Bye.